there, Gemini. This is Miss Joan of Miss Joan's Tarot on the Hill, and I'm here to talk to you about November. We are going to be covering 5 weeks, covering October 30th through December 3rd. So at the end of this video, I will have the first week of November being October 30th through November 5th. So I'm programming these cards for all of November for you, Gemini, and then we'll program these for the first week. All right, let's do this. So I'll set these aside for a minute and go ahead and program these for the first week. All right, I'll have them all done, ready to go. Alrighty, so we'll set these aside and we'll go ahead and get into laying out the cards for the overview. All right, so there'll be 5 weeks, which is a lot, but it's going to be okay. We'll cover it. All the cards are going to face me. It doesn't change the meaning of the card. It just means I don't read them upside down. All right, now let us look at all of this. The first row is, of course, where we are, what the theme of the week is, what's going on. The second row is going to be what's blocking us in this particular week. And the final row, the third row, will be the solution to what's going on. See what's blocking you and what we can do to solve it. All right? Excellent. These are done, and here we go. So that first week of November being October 30th through November 5th, you are starting out, Gemini, with the 7 of Swords, talking about how you need to claim your power and take your power back. There may have been some responsibility you gave somebody else that you thought would solve your problems, but in the end has caused more problems. So it's time for you to take that responsibility back and generally handle it, right? Okay, so that's interesting, right? The next card down is talking about where you're blocked this week, and it's the 10 of Wands, showing that no, you're not going to be able to take your ideas and get them implemented or take them anywhere else if you want to just split and get away from the situation. So getting away from the situation isn't really the answer. And using your ideas to do so isn't really going to get you there either. So that is all going to stop you from progressing where you need to progress. The solution is talking to this person. This is the Queen of Pentacles, somebody who's very financially minded and thinks about the money a lot, is going to be more able to help you in your situation, because taking your power back may be in a financial situation. So you want to take your power back in a financial situation by talking to her first and getting that information lined up, so you have better understanding of what's going on, how to handle it best, and all those things. While most of these money matters make you want to run away, we want you to stay the course, stay involved, stay part of. Okay, we will go in depth on this at the end of this video, but I'm going to go ahead and start talking to you now about November 6th through the 12th. All right, so we have the 4 of Swords here, talking about your foundation and power, because in this situation that came up last week, you really are empowered by the solution. Everything about that is going to put you in a place where, hey, you are feeling good, you're feeling your oats, you're feeling like you're on point and you know what's going on. And the Emperor is here to say your foundation is at risk in this situation. The thing that's blocking you is your personal home foundation. The things about you and your life are something's going on at home. something at home is no longer stable, check it out. Check your foundations. Check all of your foundations, your financial, your spiritual, your emotional, your relationship foundations. Check all of these foundations. Make sure that all of your things are squared away and solid. And if they aren't, it's time to nurture, right? It's time to do a little gardening, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Try and nurture and fluff up the foundation of any one of these areas. So to speak, it's like building a dam in a place where things are leaking, right? We don't want to have leakage. We want to save everything we can and take care of it, all right? Now, the end result, your solution, is talking about approaching all of these things without fear. This is the Two of Swords, which is telling me that there's a little fear factor going on here, and I want you to be aware that you don't have anything to be afraid of. It is something within you that is allowing you to freak out about it. The more you share about it with somebody who does know you and cares about what you're going through and what's going on, is what's going to save you. So it's important for you to become vulnerable with somebody and let them know what's going on, so they can best help you the way they know how, okay? So don't carry it all around by yourself, Gemini. I know that's your thing, but do let other people help out a little bit, okay? It's okay. Cool. So let's talk now about the 13th through the 19th, right? So the third week, the middle of the month, we're talking about how there's something going on that you're going to be feeling a little hung up. There's the Hanged Man has shown up to say, hey, I'm not feeling it. I am feeling a little bit less than like this is going the way I want it to. I want it to go like this and this and this. And I don't like the way they're doing it. And in some cases that makes a lot of sense and is totally legit in you doing the fighting about all that. On the other hand, sometimes it's okay to just let people do it their own way, and it'll still get done. Just look at the nature of the job that's getting done not your way, and make sure that whatever that is, that it's at least getting completed. Whether it's, you know, maybe they're going down and around down the river and over the, you know, they're just doing it in a weird way, but it's getting done anyway, and you can choose your battles that way, right? The place where you're blocked is talking about the Star, and the Star in this position tells me that you have more work to do. There's not, this isn't the, oh, the hard work is over section. This is the, oh no, you've got hard work ahead. Please be aware. Buckle up. It's time to sit down and put on your seatbelt. There's some real stuff going on, and we need you to stay on it, okay? Pay attention to what's going on around you. See how they're doing it. Maybe it's this whole project up here that you're having hang-ups about that is genuinely a problem, okay? The solution here is the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands tells me, quite frankly, no, wait. You can have a marriage of ideas with these people if you just sort of explain to them, like, so you keep walking around the house and stepping on my little baby plants that I just buried, and I'm getting a little freaked out. If you could just sort of walk on the path right here, you can still do basically the same idea without stepping on the little baby plants I just planted. And that would be a marriage of ideas where they go, oh, we can do what we want to do, and you can get what you want to do, and we're good, and everybody's happy. So it's good. I'm excited to see that there's a potential solution here that is viable for the problem, all right? Clearly, we're not just having work done around the house, la la la, whatever. You can find a viable solution within the situation. Keep that in mind as you move forward, okay? The next week over, being the 20th through the 26th of November, we have the Seven of Wands, showing me that, the marriage of ideas is over. You are now fighting for your ideas. Wah, right? The answer is, it's people have a lot of opinions about things, and it's tough and frustrating and irritating. So yes, indeed, we want you to take care and gather up your ideas and get ready to go, okay? Just start figuring out ways to appeal to people in their own language, right? You can pretty much do a convincing argument of some sort if you relate to them in their own lingo, which is super fun and a little bit different than most people would ever say. So keep that in mind. The Knight of Wands is where we're blocked. So we are fighting for our ideas right here. Fighting for ideas, right? And it's typical and ordinary in this situation to be frustrated. So we are right there in that moment, trying to be heard, understood, and appreciated. And at some point, it looks like your solution is the King of Swords, which is going to be that moment when you kind of step out and go, look, I'm the boss. I've hired you. You will do what I tell you to, because I'm the boss. And that really blows when you have to do that, and nobody wants to do that, but it's a genuine possibility. So I just want you to keep that in mind. If it turns out they're not responding to any of the other possibilities, you know, the cool guy, the cool gal, hey, I'm just asking you to do it like this, and wouldn't that be great? And yay, cool, we can try and do the thing. And over here, last week it worked. And this week, there's something else going on. And yes, throwing your weight around is interesting. Try to make sure you do your homework first, though, because I don't want you to be fighting to get something done your way so hard that you get it your way, only to find out that it's technically not the right way to do it, and it wouldn't be signed off on by anyone because it's no longer the code. So, you get what I'm saying? Got to play by the rules, got to make sure you're doing it efficiently and appropriately, and the right way to be legal. So, keep those things in mind, and we'll proceed now over to November 27th to December 3rd, very last week. And we look like we are going to be working hard as the week proceeds this week. It'll be a work week. You'll be doing your work. You'll be doing boots on the ground kind of stuff. There's no fooling around and phoning in that you're work when you're not. Okay, this is real work, so you're going to be doing that. The area where you're blocked is in having a surplus of cash laying around, because you don't really have a surplus of cash. You have things that are tied up in, you know, bonds and whatnot, and that's cool, all good, but you don't have surplus of cash. So if the universe comes and says, give me all your cash, you're like, oh, here's $5, sorry. And that's what happens sometimes, but be careful and be aware of that, okay? And of course, this is the Seven of Cups down here in your solution pile, which is telling me that while you're at this work and you have all this stuff going on and you're kind of blocked on cash flow, we want you to sort of open up to the possibility of possibilities, right? The Seven of Cups talks about options and possibilities and variations on a theme. It's a very exciting time. Love this card. And it speaks to you having things that can, so many options present themselves that you could end up confused or upset by it. So try not to get upset, but do honor the possibilities that are sitting before you. All right? Excellent. So I'm going to go ahead and set these cards aside, Gemini, and we will go in deep on the very first week, being October 30th through November 5th. Right? Okay, so we have 3 cards right here and a pre-programmed deck. So we're going to go ahead and get these 6 cards out. All the cards face me. Might as well just turn the deck, for goodness sakes. Nah, and that's just funny. Wow. So, there it is. All right, so let's look at what we've added and how the story evolves, right? So the Seven of Swords is here telling me that yes, you were taking your power back because responsibilities were being dropped and people were not paying attention to what they needed to do. This is the King of Swords, meaning that there's somebody needs to take charge, or somebody else that wants to take charge. So interestingly, how people think they want to take charge but don't. I don't know if this is the person who had it before you or not, but if it's the person who had it before you, then they're going to be they may have dropped the ball completely, but they're going to get a little pissy when you start saying, hey, I need that responsibility back so I can handle it, because it needs help. Thanks. Try not to hurt their feelings in the moment of taking it back. So whether it's just explaining that you suddenly have more time to deal with it, or some other way of softening the blow, you don't really want to sit back and say, dude, you're choking. It sucks. Give me that. So that's not how you're going to get it done. Okay, Gemini? So butter the wheels, reclaim the problem, and yeah, the guy is going to get a little butthurt when you take it back. This is, of course, an opportunity for you to understand how this person with power wanted things maybe a little shitty. So that's going to be a confusing awareness, right? Oh, why would you want it a little bit shitty? So pay attention, get that figured out, and know that there's more information about power coming to you that is going to be coming down through the wires. Okay, so you'll have more information resolving itself and taking care of things, so that you have a lot of power play going on this week. Okay, this is all of what's going on, Now, the things that are blocking you is that part of you that wants to run away, of course. Your faith is not necessarily helpful when it comes to power and responsibility. Okay, so pay attention to that truth, and just be aware of that. It's annoying, but it's a true fact. You cannot use you can't just go to church and pray it away. You're going to have to do some stuff. All right? And this is the 8 of Swords, telling us that if you keep looking at this thing from the exact same position that you've been looking at it, you're not going to find a solution. But if you look at it from a different direction, you may find some solutions to all of this crazy power problems. All right? Even if it's just putting everything on autopilot, and knowing that it's getting done. It's good. You can keep checking on it on a monthly basis and make sure that it's still doing what it's supposed to and no one's fiddled with the numbers. You can, in fact, remedy these situations. All right? Now, the solution. We're talking about the Queen of Pentacles. We talked about you talking to somebody about money, who knows about money, who can help you come to some conclusions and better answers. All right? This is good stuff. We like that. The 4 of Cups is here, saying that, yes, indeedy, your foundation of your heart is at risk this week. So all of this has to do, it feels relationship-y now. This is telling me that has something to do with the foundation of your heart's desires, your goals, your dreams, the serious essence of your goals and dreams, meaning that you've always wanted to do da-da-da-da-da when you retire, da-da-da-da-da, and that is on the risk block, okay? So keep it in mind and understand what that is, so that you know what it is. The 10 of Swords is here. The 10 of Swords is telling me that you have, as part of your solution, it's important for you to know you already have all the power. Just sort of embracing it and understanding how, because you were taking it back, it meant you had the power to delegate it, right? You've always had all the power all the way from the beginning. Now it's just you realizing and embracing that truth and not over freaking about it, okay? And being a gentle giant, right? Being the gentle boss person who has the power, who always made you feel appreciated, while maybe relieving you of some stress, because you know, you're not very good with stress. So it's okay. Other people are good with projects, right? I'm gonna give you a project to do while I do all this other stuff over here that is going to relieve you of having to worry about this stuff, this stuff, number crunching issues, so you can go do the hands-on stuff. And it's cool. All of it's going to come together, and it really looks quite good for you. All right? So excellent for you, Gemini, and we will talk next about next week, which is going to be November 6th through the 12th. We'll see you then. All right? Thank you.